In the shadows of a secret underground lab, brilliant minds raced against time calculating the unimaginable. As the first atomic fire lit up the desert sky, the world changed forever. Behind every blueprint, every whispered debate and smoke-filled war rooms lay a chilling truth. From the peaceful streets of Hiroshima to the rising tension of the Cold War, the bomb's echo was felt across generations. Power was achieved, but at what cost? Step into the story they tried to bury and witness. The legacy that still haunts humanity today.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
The Manhattan Project stands as one of the most secretive and monumental scientific endeavors in human history, launched by the United States during the height of World War II with the urgent objective of developing the world's first atomic bomb. As the threat of Nazi Germany potentially creating such a weapon loomed large, the US government mobilized vast resources in an unprecedented way, billions of dollars in funding thousands of workers and multiple hidden facilities across the country, including the now famous sites at Los Alamos, Oak Ridge, and Hanford. At the heart of this colossal effort was a group of the brightest scientific minds of the era, led by theoretical physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who became known as the father of the atomic bomb. He was joined by other legendary figures such as Enrico Fermi, Niels Bohr, and Richard Feynman, all working under intense pressure and strict secrecy. Communication was tightly controlled, locations were remote, and even those involved in the project often didn't know the full scope of what they were helping to build. The entire operation was cloaked in absolute mystery, not only to the outside world, but often within its own ranks, marking a turning point in both scientific history and global warfare. At the core of the Manhattan Project was the groundbreaking discovery of nuclear fission, the process of splitting atomic nuclei to release an immense amount of energy, powerful enough to annihilate entire cities in seconds. This scientific breakthrough was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, offering unprecedented destructive potential. However, transforming that raw scientific concept into a functional weapon proved to be an enormous challenge. The scientists had to overcome countless technical obstacles: how to initiate the chain reaction reliably, how to safely contain the explosive force, and how to design a mechanism capable of delivering the bomb effectively. Years of tireless work, experimentation, and innovation culminated in the Trinity test on July 16, 1945, in the New Mexico desert. It was the first time a nuclear device had ever been detonated. The outcome was uncertain. Some scientists even feared that the explosion might set the Earth's atmosphere on fire. When the bomb exploded, it unleashed a blinding flash and a mushroom cloud that confirmed the terrifying success of their work, forever changing the course of history and ushering in the nuclear age. While the development of the atomic bomb was a remarkable scientific feat, it also presented a profound moral dilemma for the scientists involved. They were fully aware that they were creating a weapon of unimaginable power, one capable of wiping out entire cities and killing tens of thousands of people in an instant. As the project neared completion, serious ethical questions began to surface. Was deploying the bomb truly necessary to end the war, or would it set a dangerous precedent for the future of warfare and humanity itself? Heated debates emerged among the scientists, with some arguing that demonstrating the bomb's power without targeting civilians might be enough, while others feared the consequences of restraint. For many, the excitement of scientific discovery was increasingly overshadowed by the weight of what that discovery meant. Even after the Trinity test proved the bomb's devastating potential, unease lingered. Some, including Oppenheimer himself, were haunted by the implications of their work. They had pushed the boundaries of human knowledge, but also unleashed a force that could never be undone. The creation of the bomb had changed the world, but whether it was for better or worse remained an agonizing question. The aftermath of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945 marked one of the darkest and most defining moments in modern history. When the bombs were dropped, entire neighborhoods vanished in seconds, and tens of thousands of people were killed instantly by the intense heat and shockwaves. In the weeks, months, and years that followed, countless others suffered and died from radiation sickness, burns, and long-term health complications. The sheer scale of the destruction was unlike anything the world had ever witnessed. Charred landscapes, collapsed buildings, and entire generations scarred physically and emotionally. Survivors, known as Hibakusha, lived with the trauma and consequences of that day for the rest of their lives. But the bombings did more than end World War II. They ushered in the nuclear age. With the world now aware of the unimaginable power that had been unleashed, nations raced to build their own arsenals. The Cold War soon followed, with nuclear weapons becoming central to global power dynamics and a constant threat hanging over humanity. What began as a secret wartime project had reshaped the political landscape of the world forever. Robert Oppenheimer, once celebrated as the father of the atomic bomb, left behind a legacy that is as complex and conflicted as the weapon he helped create. While he played a central role in leading the Manhattan Project to its historic success, Oppenheimer later became one of the most vocal critics of the nuclear arms race. Haunted by the destruction unleashed on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, he publicly warned of the catastrophic dangers posed by a world armed with nuclear weapons. His shift from scientific leader to moral advocate sparked a broader debate that continues to this day. Should scientists be held accountable for how their discoveries are used, especially when those discoveries have the power to destroy? Oppenheimer's legacy is not just one of scientific brilliance, but of deep ethical introspection. His journey from creator to critic serves as a powerful reminder that innovation without responsibility can have devastating consequences. In the end, the Manhattan Project taught the world a lasting and sobering truth. With great scientific power comes an even greater moral responsibility.